Are y'all ready for a story that's going to make your jaw drop? Holy smokes! This is obvious favoritism and discrimination against white people. I mean, we see it so often, but it's really this blatant in New York. I would have to say this is also occurring in California, but New York is just like mask off about it. They really hate white men. Let's not forget that it was that lawsuit where a white male was fired in a hospital. I forgot his title, I forgot his position, but he sued because he was replaced by a black woman and a white woman, and he sued and basically got millions upon millions of dollars. And it was obvious, and they told him that they basically fired him for being a white male. And so now we have a situation where Daniel Penny is the white guy right here. This is the one who had choked out the guy who was, I don't even know these guys. Jordan Neely, who choked out Jordan Neely. But this guy right here, he did something just as similar, but he protected him and his girlfriend with a knife. So Daniel didn't even have a weapon. Let's read this story, and I want you to listen to it because it's very fascinating. It's amazing how these two situations, these two incidents are almost the same. The only difference is that this young man had a weapon to defend himself against a homeless lunatic, where Daniel Perry only used a chokehold. Yet and still, he's the one who's getting charged, and this guy is getting his charges dropped, which it should be. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with self-defense, but it's like New York is sending a clear message to white men. So let's watch this. No charges. New York declines to press charges against Jordan Williams in subway defense killing. Jordan Williams was determined today to have acted in self-defense in the killing of the victor. Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce that last name. We'll just say, we'll just call him the Victor. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this last name right here. So, the Victor on a New York City subway. The Gateway Pundit reported 2 weeks ago that Williams was unjustly arrested for manslaughter and possession of an illegal weapon after he stabbed the Victor with a knife after he had begun choking both Williams and his girlfriend on the subway. Dude, I don't know. When I was a little child, a little girl, I would spend a couple of summers in New York, and I never known it to be this way. Now, of course, there were your street performers, but I'm sorry, back then it wasn't like dangerous like that. But then again, you had people looking out for each other, and I do believe the guardian angels were big at that time too. So, but I don't remember New York being this way. I'm sure it wasn't, but ever since y'all went Democrat, I wonder, do you all regret letting go, stop, and frisk? I wonder, do you really regret the whole broken windows program? Okay, whatever you say, okay. All right, so from the New York Post, a grand jury declined to indict 20-year-old Jordan Williams, who had been charged with manslaughter and criminal possession of a weapon in the June 13th melee that left I'm not going to be able to pronounce his last name, the Victor, dead. His self-defense claim was bolstered by video footage presented to the grand jury. And I cannot show you that, by the way. But yes, this was a clear case of self-defense, just like Daniel Perry, by the way. It's no difference here, okay? Video footage presented to the grand jury, which allegedly showed the Victor choking Williams and his girlfriend before Williams, shanked him. According to law enforcement sources. In addition to the unreleased video of the incident, the sources said witnesses on the train also supported Williams, claimed that he acted in self-defense after he was attacked by the Victor. By the way, the same thing happened with Daniel Perry, actually. You had several people on the train, including black folks, who said Daniel Perry didn't do anything wrong. We support him together. We all for him. Like, there's no one screaming the R word or racism. There's nobody saying that, okay? But then again, you got that George Soros district attorney, so what else can you expect? The case is strikingly similar to that of Daniel Penny. Did I say Perry? I've been calling him Daniel Perry all this time. Sorry, Daniel Penny. Daniel Penny, a Marine Corps veteran who put Jordan Neely in a chokehold after he was threatening passengers. A witness claimed Neely was saying, "I don't care if I had to kill her. Boop, boop. I'll go to jail. I'll take a bullet," and appeared to be under the influence. Try some daggone drugs like crack or something like that. On the very same day that Jordan Williams was rightfully freed, Daniel Penny was arraigned on manslaughter charges. If convicted, he could face up to 19 years in prison. Penny was not carrying a deadly weapon, but rather used a chokehold that maintains positive control of a person and can be loosened after they cease fighting or passes out, which is what this guy did not do. He fought to the bitter end. Good riddance too. Penny claims he loosened the chokehold when Neely stopped resisting. Another man was holding Neely as well, and that man was black. Nothing happened to him. Like I said, the white guy, this guy, you the wrong color and the wrong gender. That's why they came for you. So they say another man was holding Neely as well. Witnesses corroborated the story that Neely was threatening people, lives, and terrified passengers. One passenger said, now I remember this woman. This is she's an older black woman. She was like, I'm gonna pray for Daniel, and he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I know I'm mockingly, using her voice, but he didn't do anything wrong. He's a hero. Okay, so she says, I hope he has a great lawyer, and I'm praying for him. The 66-year-old woman, who did not want to be identified, told the Post Thursday night, and I pray that he gets treated fairly. I really do, because after all of this ensued, I went back and made sure that I said thank you to him. It's great to see justice for Jordan Williams, but so tragic to see Daniel Penny still behind bars and going to court for trying to restrain an erratic man. And what's the difference between the two? Well, this person had a weapon and justifiably protected himself and his girlfriend from being physically attacked. This man used a chokehold. He's white. This is black. And New York is constantly telling you guys over and over again who they don't want around. Now, I can't tell you where to live. I'm not telling you to move out. All I'm doing is letting you know that if you're a white male living in New York, you got to understand that you are public enemy number one in reference to the powers that be there, especially with the court system. It is what it is, I guess. So I was shocked that this was even a thing. I didn't even know about this guy right here. I didn't even know anything about Jordan Williams, and I just didn't know. So I went and looked at the video footage, which is on Twitter, and I was like, oh, yeah, that was definitely worth it. But let me know what you think about this. Do you see the obvious difference here? And am I just reaching? It's a coincidence that, all the white men are basically catching hell these days. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section by leaving a comment below this video. Don't forget to leave a like. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, taters.